You said you always kind of feel that you're going to win until the last second. What about then Super Bowl 51? Like, let's go to halftime, 21-3. What's the mood in the locker room at 21-3 at halftime?
That was a true like, man, what the heck is happening? And like I remember, man, my whole family. It's like let's just not get blown out. Like we
Yeah.
played as bad as you can play. Nothing that we predicted um, happened. I know we prepared. Atlanta had a similar defense from Seattle's. I don't know who their DC was. Dan Quinn was their head coach,
Yeah, he was
right?
the head coach, right?
And he was DC over there in
Yeah.
Seattle for years. So we were kind of anticipating that defense, and they came out in all man to man. So they really shocked us in the first half with their stuff. And I remember Josh McDaniels and them being like, all right, we got to go back to our man to man stuff. Like we're going to change our plays offensively and defensively. I remember we had this whole game plan for Julio Jones, and he wasn't doing too much, but they're like, the game plan's out the window. We got a blitz. You guys are going to be on an island. And I remember being like, oh, shoot, I'm on an island with Julio Jones. This, what could go wrong? And it just was like, we were so desperate to like get aggressive. And I remember I looked at Brady. His head was in his lap and it was down because he just threw that pick six and he was like just thinking. And my boy Deron Harmon was on a bike. And it was quiet because the halftime's long. So a lot of stuff's going on. We made these adjustments. We're going to change everything. And my boy Deron Harmon goes, yo, this is about to be the greatest comeback of all time. And guys just like, yeah, all right. Like it wasn't like just some overriding like hoorah speech, but guys like, all right, yeah. And I remember Brady slammed his helmet. Like, all right, let's go. Like, hey, we got nothing to lose. And it kind of was like we got nothing to lose mentality. And we came out there in the second half and everything went our way. And we were on an island with Julio Jones, and we put all our man-to-man beaters in on offense, and they didn't adjust in the second half, and we did. And touchdown, 2-point conversion, touchdown, 2-point conversion, and then like when it got to like 8 points, or like I was like, we have all the momentum. Here we go. And I feel like they were kind of knew in the fourth quarter, like if we tie it and go to overtime, like we get to overtime, we win the toss. I took my cleats off. I untied my cleats. Tom Brady in overtime. And I was like, yeah, this game's over. So I knew it. So my cleats were untied in overtime.
So nobody at halftime, like no one was screaming or were flipping tables or anything like that?
Super quiet. Some adjustments came in. A lot of shock. And then Deron Harmon was like, this is going to be the greatest comeback of all time. And we were like, okay. Yeah. And our team, like, it's when you're that good for that long, like you don't get too emotional. You don't overreact. You're like, all right, like we got to play better or we don't deserve to win, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but no table flipping, no mother effing. That was it.
And then they come out, Atlanta comes out and scores first in the second half too. So like, is that even more of a gut punch then at that point?
I think it was 25-3 at halftime. Right? 25.
I thought it was 21-3 at halftime. It might have been 25. I thought it was 21.
And we're like, all right, defense, you're gonna go out there, get a stop, get the ball back to our offense. We gotta we gotta go. All right. And they get the ball, they move the ball, they kick a field goal. And I was like, all right, that's not what we thought, but it wasn't a touchdown. And then our offense scored, and then we started going, and Hightower got the strips. And so then it was like, yeah, so we came out and they still scored 3 points on us. Well, mind you, this is the number one offense in football. They had Julio Jones had a crazy NFC championship performance against the Packers. Like it was the most dominant thing I've ever seen. So, I mean, we had a number one ranked defense, but they had like the best offense ever or something with Kyle Shanahan coordinating and Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Matt Ryan won MVP that year. So they had a lot of stuff on offense. So we knew their offense was good. We just had to start executing better. And I think they started taking their foot off the gas because of time and score. And we did not. We got super aggressive, and that's all it kind of takes. And then one stop leads to some points. You get some momentum, and then there you go.